Welcome to this episode of On the Record, your official source of information from Bossier Schools.
The first day of school is just days away, and Bossier Schools is ready to roll thanks to our incredible transportation department. They have been in high gear all summer, adding a dozen new buses to the fleet, giving every bus a full checkup, and mapping out hundreds of bus routes that crisscross Bossier Parish.
Now the only thing left to do is the best part, pulling up to those bus stops, greeting our students, and kicking off an amazing 2026-27 school year. Hi everyone, we're so excited that you have joined us today on this episode of On the Record with Bossier Schools. This is our 5th season and our 70th episode. I'm Jason Rowland. We're glad to have you joining us for the 26-27 school year.
I'm Sonia Bales. Welcome back everybody. Hope you had a great summer. The countdown is now on and we are eager to get this school year started. If your child is new to Bossier Schools and you have questions, well, we have answers in this special Back to School edition.
The first and most important thing we need to get out of the way right off the bat is to make sure that we have our new and returning students registered at bossierschools.org. Every child must be registered, and there's a registration information listed on our website where you can go in, you can log in and make sure you get all the correct documents that we need. Look, I know sometimes it may seem like it's a hassle, but it is the state law and we have to follow that. Once registration is complete, then your child, your student, will be able to see their schedule in the student portal as well as the parent portal.
Yeah, and if you have trouble navigating registration, our schools are here to help. Also, our Parent Center is as well. Just give them a call at 318-549-6941. I'm going to give you that number one more time, 318-549-6941. Not only is the Parent Center a great resource for families that may have language barriers or need technical assistance, but they also offer learning materials and resources, as well as games that can be checked out for home use, and much, much more. In fact, there is even a computer lab on site for parents.
Something else that we think that you really want to make sure you do is take your cell phone, go to the App Store, and you want to download our Bossier Parish Schools app. And so it looks something like this, and this is what you'll get when you pull it up. This is a way to stay connected and informed about everything that we have going on. Your students will be able to communicate with your teacher through our own secure platforms that we provide through the app, and we encourage you to download that. Look, the best way to stay informed with everything that's going on is to download this app. Make sure you've got it at your fingertips.
That's right. It's everything Bossier Schools at your fingertips, we like to say. In addition to the Rooms feature and the parent portal, you can also access My School Box. You can see what's on the lunch menu, and you can stay on top of important information from your child's school as well as the district. Again, just go to the App Store and search for Bossier Schools, and then be sure to select notifications when prompted. You want to select Bossier Schools to ensure that you receive important district updates and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on important information coming from both the school and the district.
Another feature on the app is the Find My Bus feature, where you can put in your home address and get your child's bus number, location, and their bus stop and pickup and drop-off times. So a lot of different information right there at your fingertips for that. You know, Sonia, a lot of work has gone into preparing for the 26-27 school year, and there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. Take our transportation department, for instance. Many people think that when the buses stop rolling, that they just kind of, their job is basically done. In fact, that's when the real work begins. So we have a fleet now of over 285 buses. So all of our mechanics and our entire transportation department has spent the summer servicing the buses, inspecting the buses, making sure everything is up to date on our buses, as well as looking at and creating more than 200 bus routes. So it's a lot of work that goes on. This is a massive job, and we want to give a shout out to our transportation department, and kudos for the work they do.
They definitely have a heavy load to lift. Plus, they added a dozen new buses over the summer that had to be integrated into the fleet as our drivers get ready to transport our most precious cargo. Hop on board with us as we visit the transportation department and go Rollin with Rowland.
today you just rolled in 13 brand new buses, mostly new for Bossier Schools. So tell me a little bit about that process and what that does for us and our fleet.
So getting the additional buses this year, we got 12 brand new AC buses, all 77 passenger buses, and then one lease return bus to us that was a special ed bus, also air conditioned. That allows us to get every route on our bus that we run in the entire parish, except for 2 snub nose that we're working right now with our routing department to cut down the numbers to get every kid that rides to school on an AC bus. There are some exceptions. We have some small overflow routes that we run that are about 15 or 20 minutes long. Those will not start the year on an AC bus, but they will start next year on an AC bus.
Tell us about the summer for transportation. What does that entail and what does that look like for your staff?
So June doesn't stop at all. We got summer school going on. We've got 35, 40 buses on the road every day. And also during that time and throughout July, we're inspecting every single bus.
Wow.
That for any kind of mechanical issues, any kind of leaks, any kind of anything at all, so that we can make sure that those buses are on the road. And you're talking about 8 weeks, 300 buses, 6 mechanics. It's not easy to get them all done.
We inspect every single bus that we have in the fleet. We do a good thorough inspection, make sure all the air conditioners are working, all the brakes, tires, everything is up to date, safe for the kids to take to school next year. We take care of all the white fleet vehicles. We have a reefer truck, many different box trucks, vans, things like that. Yes,
And we do any type of repairs that we see and we feel like we can make, we do those in-house, correct?
Oh, our guys are wonderful back there. We do everything from engine rebuilds to window replacements to seat cover replacements. We've put in some new floors this year. If it's not under warranty, we're going to do our best to get it done right in here.
I have 6 mechanics on staff. One of my guys has, I think, 48 buses to do. We want all of our buses running safely. We want them all blowing nice and cold and the kiddies not to be too hot on the way to and from school.
So we run 217 routes every day. We have about 285 buses this year.
You have to determine where the students live. Once you know where the students live, how many students we can bring to a specific safe spot so that they can get as many kids on at one point, because the more kids you have, the more delay it is in the route, in order to get them from a reasonable amount of time in the morning to the school in order to eat their breakfast and all, and get to the next series of schools.
I would say the biggest thing is get on Find My Bus early so that you can check and make sure where your bus stop is. Be aware of what the bus number is so that your kid knows what bus to get on in the afternoon to go home.
Look, we're still looking for mechanics to come and join his team here. We're still looking for bus drivers that want to come, get certified, and join this really high-functioning operation that Coach Aaron McGee and his entire team have going on here with Bossier Schools. You know, our transportation department is absolutely incredible and definitely carries a heavy lift. Also coordinating field trips. They ran summer school routes in the summer for us, driving to out-of-town games. There's so many things that they do that we may not necessarily notice, or the only time we notice them is when something goes wrong or something negative happens. We want to focus on the positive things that they do and how really valuable they are to our system.
They do an amazing job. And plus, our bus operators, they are the first and last smiling face, to greet students and tell them, have a great afternoon. So they carry a big load too. It's also a good time for us to just brush up on a few school safety tips with more than 200 buses getting back on the road. Remember, if a school bus is at a complete stop, it has its flashing lights on and the stop signs are fully extended, that means that motorists must come to a complete stop. That's the law.
We also want to remind people about our school zones. You'll be seeing now more of our lights. We'll be testing those over the next few days to make sure we're ready to go on the first day of school. And then be mindful of students that are walking to school as well. We do have several schools that do have walk zones. And then let's also keep in mind our high school drivers that are driving to school for the first time. Most of our high schools make our students back in. So many times they get there really early so they can back in without backing into something else.
I don't even know if I could do that now.
But there is a purpose in that. We believe that backing in our student parking lots is critical, because at the end of the day, you never have to back up. Just everybody drives forward. And that's the purpose behind it. That's been a practice here in Bossier Parish, I know, for over 30 years. So just good tips to be mindful of as we get ready to go on Thursday.
So grant a little grace. Let's all be patient with each other as we get going with the start of the school year. Hey, while we're talking about school safety, our school resource officers have also been busy brushing up on their skills during a week of training. We have 45 SROs from the Bossier Parish Sheriff's Office who are assigned to serve and protect every one of our schools in Bossier Parish, their #1 mission being student and employee safety. That's why they take training so seriously.
Well, we do have a post-certified deputy in every single one of our schools. These deputies are highly trained. We train more than anybody at the Sheriff's Office next to our SWAT team. Their mission is to protect the educational environment every single day that they come to work. We have to train for the unknown. We have to train for things that we certainly pray that never happen. And today we're doing just that.
As Captain Johnson said, we hope we never have to put our training into use, but it is valuable for us to have our SROs that are prepared for any situation. And all of us need to be mindful of things that can go on around us, whether it's at church, whether it's at Walmart, whether anywhere in the community. It's great to know that Bossier Schools has trained police officers on every campus in our district.
That's why we are so grateful that Bossier Schools has such a tremendous SRO program. I think it's one of the largest in the state. And they just provide that hedge of protection, if you will, allowing teaching and learning to be our employees and our students' #1 priority. Well, switching gears, before it's students' first day of school, it was more than 100 teachers' first day of school as well.
We welcomed them at New Teacher Orientation, where they learned about the resources available to them, were trained in technology, received valuable professional development, and even won some fabulous door prizes thanks to our partners at the Bossier Chamber of Commerce as they continue to support Bossier Schools.
It was also fun to reconnect with our school leaders at the district's back-to-school principals meeting. Coming up, they share a quick recap of their much-deserved and very brief summer break and their one word to describe the school year ahead.
But first, one of our own was recently honored at the Cecil J. Picard Educators Excellence Awards in New Orleans. Sonia was there and introduces you to Bellaire Elementary Principal Miss Alyshia Coulson, who was chosen as a state finalist for Principal of the Year.
We are so excited to be able to honor one of our own, Alyshia Coulson, Louisiana Principal of the Year finalist. She's the principal at Bellaire Elementary. And first of all, I just want to say again, congratulations. We could not have picked a better representative for Bossier Parish or a better representative for the state of Louisiana. One of only 9 finalists for the state honor. Just kind of give me your feelings about tonight. This has been a few months in the making.
This is a huge process. There's essay after video after interview, and it's amazing. And I don't think I ever really understood how important it was until my staff asked to please buy their own ticket and get here themselves. And they wanted to be a part of this so much. And so I think that was what just touched my heart and made this the biggest deal ever. Is so many of them wanted to be here with me to celebrate.
That is a testament to your leadership and how you invest in them, as well as your students. You're going into your 11th year as principal at Bellaire. You just finished your 25th year in education. And I know that it was very special for them to be here to cheer you on, but also your mom and your oldest daughter, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Your mom is a retired educator at Bossier Parish.
Sure is. She was a retired teacher, but also was an assistant principal.
And now your daughter is going into education. She's following in your footsteps and your mother's footsteps. Tell me why you think it's so important to elevate teachers' voices and why public education is still relevant, more so now than ever, honestly?
Public education is the most important, the most rewarding journey you can ever be on. I mean, whenever you get to look at a child and you get to see their journey, it is amazing. And just to see their growth, to see them light up when they learn new things, to help their teachers be able to help them do all the things that they need to do. But it's all about the children's success. And in order to have that child's success, you also have to have that teacher's success. And so public ed is, I wouldn't do anything else. This is my dream job. I love education, and it was the perfect career and has been amazing for me, and I love it.
Grandchildren.
Restful.
Eventful.
Awesome.
Exciting.
Shorts.
Relaxing.
Hectic.
Fast.
Fun.
Relaxing. Busy.
Adventurous.
Refreshing.
Impactful.
Amazing.
Essential.
Excellence.
Tigerific. Growth.
Empowering.
Excited.
Perseverance. Success. Leveled up.
Life-changing. Because they're Bossier Schools.
Absolutely everything matters.
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 Again, we want to congratulate and honor Miss Alyshia Coulson from Bellaire Elementary as a state finalist for Principal of the Year, and also want to recognize Miss Lee Machen from Benton High School as she was recognized as a state semifinalist for Teacher of the Year. You know, guys, a lot of people heard, and a lot of our principals continue to talk about at Bossier Schools, everything matters. And what do we exactly mean by that? And so that's really something that is kind of our mantra this year, is to really focus on the fact that every student, every interaction, every conversation, every lesson, everything we do matters, because it does matter to somebody. And if it matters to somebody, it matters to us. So everything matters. And it's, if we will focus in on being really intentional at doing the small things well, then that leads to success in the big things. And we see this as our best opportunity there. If we will genuinely have a spirit that everything does matter to you, then there's nothing that gets left forsaken or undone.
And it all comes down to the educational experience that Bossier Schools offers. We are focused on, like you said, every student, every dream, every opportunity. That means being able to offer the academics for those that want to pursue certain coursework. Also opportunities. New this year, by the way, this is exciting. First time to have high school girls flag football. Another opportunity for our students, and also additional courses through distance learning. Just trying to help every student find their niche to be able to pave the way to their success.
It's important for us to remember the history and tradition that this school system has been built on. The incredible name of our system did not happen by accident. And for us to continue to build on that, it's not going to be accidental either in how we do that. We have to be intentional. We have to focus in on every fiber of what we're doing as a system in order for us to be as successful as I envision us being. And the things that I think are important to our leaders around the district is to really engage, embrace, educate ourselves in how to become better at everything we do. Why?
Because everything matters.
Everything matters.
Well, that is a great way to wrap up this back to school edition of On the Record with Bossier Schools. If you want to be in the know about all things Bossier Schools, then be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll get a notification every time that an episode drops.
We're also on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and Podbean. We want to thank you for joining us today. Until next time, you're up to date.
This has been a Bossier Schools production. Join us next time when we go On the Record with Bossier Schools.